Shalom. First and foremost, all praise is glory and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word of truth, sincerity, and indeed. I'm your brother Patazar from the Great Millstone Chicago branch, coming at you with another real quick, Lord willing, edifying lesson. And as you can see, here we go again. All right, another hoax that's been catching steam. Okay, it looks like, due to everything that's going on, they have to find ways to keep people uncertain, keep people shook, and just find different ways and different justifications to lock down the populations. And so recently they come out with reports of this virus, Nipah virus. It's been gaining steam in the media, and y'all know what happens, all right, when they start to do shit like this, all right, get you hip to it, and then, if the numbers increase, then comes the hysteria, the propaganda machine begins to roll, and, y'all already know, you get a rerun of 2020, okay? Now, the only reason I'm covering this is because due to all the things that's going on, you had the Epstein files supposedly released. And what you're seeing is economic collapse going on, the volatility and fluctuation of the gold and silver market, which is really all manipulation. Okay. So it's a lot going on right now. And as watchmen, we have to be watchful of these things. Now, like I said, this shit is all a smokescreen. When you look at this so-called virus, it spreads every year. It's a thing that happens, especially in India. Them Elamites, how they get down. This is something that is yearly. It's every year, but now it's getting more attention because, like I said, they're going to have to lock this country down, man. Okay? They got to get people to basically lose it. All right? Because what's happening is they're crashing the U.S. dollar. And they're getting ready to segue into this new digital system. So while they're doing that, they need people's attention diverted every and anywhere else. Okay? So that's why you see all this crazy shit going on, and that's why stories like this are picking up steam. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Can you run us through? You mentioned how it's
so let's just get into it real quick.
But what parts of the body does it attack?
Good question. And so when somebody is infected, they could have non-specific symptoms like fever, muscle aches, vomiting, but also it could affect the breathing system, so the respiratory system, where people then may have respiratory distress, but also they could have headaches and then go on to have confusion, and some patients may go into coma. And that's the one that is really worrisome when, because it affects the brain also, then they can have seizures as well. And so those are the severe forms of the illness. But some people don't.
Now, you saw those symptoms. Don't that look wildly familiar? Don't that look wildly familiar? Again, they're getting ready to rinse and repeat. It's just gonna be on a whole nother level this time around. But yeah, man, they're rinsing and repeating, man. It's the same thing. Okay? But like the scriptures say, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, unless Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? And what are his devices? Shit like this. Okay? Plandemics. All right? Diversion tactics. Okay? And they very well could, like they did in 2020. They could just blow it completely out of proportion. Okay? What's the word I'm looking for? Where they make it, they're going to exaggerate everything. They can easily just make this a big deal when again, this shit happens every year over there in India, because they're very unsanitary. There's feces everywhere. Okay, especially animal feces, bat feces, human feces. India's a wild, wild place, man. Okay, so shit like this, outbreaks like this happen every year. Okay. But the propaganda machine is at work right now, man. So when stories like this make it to Fox News, NBC News, you have to be cognizant of this, because it looks like this is going to be a play. Okay? So we just want to keep our eyes on this because again, the dollar, they're collapsing the dollar. Okay? They're getting ready to integrate society into a digital system. And if people are honed in and focused on that, they're going to have the most resistance. But if people are in disarray and diverted, okay, it makes it easier to go about your plans. See? So you're going to see what? Pestilence. Matter of fact, I'm going to end it with that. All right. Well, we open up camp with every day. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms, of war, of evil, and of pestilence. See? Shit. War, evil, and pestilence. And what do you have going on right now in the current state? Okay. You have America getting ready to attack Iran, which that looks like it's in the works now. Okay. You have evil, the Epstein files being released. All right. All the PDF file shit, the child sacrifice, just the grotesque, ritualistic practices of these devils is being exposed. And you have pestilence, disease. Okay. This Nipah virus. Okay. It looked like this might be yet another Trojan horse, or another piece of the Trojan horse. Okay. The proverbial Trojan horse that helps to usher in this new world order. Okay. Because again, y'all remember what happened in 2020, how they locked the country down and there was mass hysteria everywhere. They could very well do it again this time, which I think they're going to have even more trouble because people have already seen this song and dance. So it's going to cause a lot of people to say, man, fuck this. We ain't doing it. We're not falling for it. And then this devil, he just has to outright show his horns, But yeah, this is just a prophecy watch. All right, we got to keep our eyes on this thing. And Lord's will, I'm going to do a lesson on, the Holstein files and Iran and all that in a minute. But Lord willing, this was edified. Kahalayim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechah Kodash. Shalom.